I had a friend and a colleague, my friend Bruce, came to my office, shut the door, and announced that he had prostate cancer. So I talked with him a bit. He promised us he wouldn't die and that he was fine. When he left, I started researching prostate cancer, and I discovered, according to the American Cancer Society, that 1 out of 6 men will have prostate cancer. I thought if it could happen to Bruce, it could happen to anybody, and I was right. It happened to me. I went to the doctor, routine examination.
Once you get a certain age, the doctors seem to want to do these PSA tests. It's a blood test.
I was having a lot of problems urinating, and I went in to see the doctor, and he took a biopsy of my prostate.
See, they take a probe, and it's inserted into your rectum. It goes through your rectal wall into your prostate. I said to the nurse, I said, how's that go? She goes, it's not very pleasant. You're going to feel a little pressure. It's different than just a little pressure.
When your PSA goes up, you better get it taken care of right away, because you wind up the way I did with prostate cancer.
And a week later, I was sitting with a very serious gentleman, and he just looked at me and he said, you have cancer. And from the preliminary results of your biopsy, you've got it pretty good.
So I said to the doctor, what do I do now? What's your advice? And he said, well, you can leave it alone, you can take the seeds, or you can cut it out. I said, what would you do? He said, I would cut it out. Once it's gone, it's not going to give you a problem again. So I said, prepare me for surgery then.
My name is Ted Bruner. I'm 58 years old. I had a robotic prostatectomy for prostate cancer. The robotic prostatectomy is bizarre. They basically put you in a giant beanbag chair and then collapse the whole thing around you and suck you up into that, hook you up to the machine, turn you upside down. So they had room to go in from the front. It was amazing. I think I only had 3 stitches.
The prostatectomy is what my doctor called the curative approach. So I chose surgery. Get that sucker out of there.
My name is Melvin Thompson. I'm 83 years old. First thing they did was they ruined my sex life. My doctor said, well, we can take care of that. He said, we'll just put a penile prosthesis in you. They had to pay the bill on it because they had made me impotent. I think the bill was like $10,000 some dollars for a penile prosthesis. Well, it worked pretty good for, probably 10 years. Then it quit working again. And so I went back and they put me another one in. This one was like $18,000. Things had went up in price. And it's been successful. And it's not what I like, but my wife's 10 years younger than I am, and got to keep her happy.
My name's Ron Komon, 67 years old, and I have prostate cancer. I would sooner be walking above the ground than to be walking around with a heart on, and 10 years later you're dead. And you can live without a prostate, but you have a lot of other problems. You can't control your urination at night. I gotta wear a pad because I piss myself. It's just one more thing you have to put up with.
I think you deal. Nowadays, living in the 21st century, there's a chemical solution to some of that. There's a reason why you see Viagra and Cialis commercials on television. There's a reason why you see Depends commercials, because there are millions of men that face this problem for a myriad of reasons. But it's a risk. It's a gamble. You know, if you've got a cancer in your body, get it out. Pure and simple.
He won't perform surgery on me because my cancer has spread into my lymph nodes. You can't do anything about it when it gets into your lymph nodes. And he put me on steroids, and it seemed to control it. And the way he talked, I'm going to be on steroids the rest of my life. The last time I was in there, he told me that I have bone cancer too. I've been living with it. So when I go back, he'll let me know whether it's spreading or not. And if it is, then they're gonna give me chemotherapy.
Bruce was seriously ill. By the time he got to the doctor, he had prostate cancer, but that cancer had gotten into his lymph glands in his pelvic area, which had gotten to his hip bone. So now that the cancer is in the bone marrow, it just traveled everywhere. He had brain cancer, he had lung cancer. He was completely eaten up by cancer. He was, without realizing it, becoming a living example for the reason we need to talk about it. I wear a blue ribbon. I call it my Bruce pin. I wear it as a constant reminder of what Bruce Stiver did for me. I wear it everywhere I go, hoping that it will open a conversation for somebody to say, hey, what's your pin about? And I said, well, here's the story.
I think the only way that you can really be sure that you can eliminate it would be when you turn a certain age, is start doctoring for it. I would like to get rid of mine, but I'm sure that I'm not going to be able to get rid of mine. But everybody after me, I think it's going to be a help to them. I'm sure they'll overcome it because it's got to stop somewhere.
Preventive tests that are not invasive don't cost very much. In this prostate thing, this PSA test, this is a blood test. It's an easy thing to do, but it's a matter of scheduling to get it done.
But I did go back and see the doctor probably for about 5 or 6 years. And I'd go back every 6 months, and finally I said, well, why are you having me come in? And I said, you like my money? And he said, yeah, I like your money. He said, why don't you come back in once a year now?
So many of us become activists after the fact. I've been very vocal since my surgery. I'll talk to anybody, anywhere, about this issue. And I think men need to know. We need to be able to talk about it, man to man.
My name's Ron Komon.
My name is Ted Bruner.
My name is Melvin Thompson.
My name is George Fry. I'm a prostate cancer survivor.